Shalom, friends from the front lines. My name is Chaim Mailspin. I'm a sergeant major with the Combat Engineer Corps Elite Unit for special missions, like tunnels, blowing up tunnels, searching for the hostages. I'm also the director. I'm the chairman of the board of directors of the Aliyah Return Center. Check it out. It helps the needy in the Galilee, needy immigrants that have come from all over the world from anti-Semitism. We give them help. And of course, also Arabs, local Arabs and anyone in need. We really help them, Holocaust survivors. You can check that out. But I want to talk about this, some call it the New Year. It's really Yom Teruah, blasting, the time of the blasting of the shofars. And we know that has great meaning. We do it in Israel. We blast these shofars because the Bible tells us to do it. There's different blasts that mean different things. And I know you're going to do this a lot, so I'll just be brief. You're probably going to hear a lot of other people talk about this. And I'll talk a little bit about more of what I'm doing here in Gaza. Why I've been here deployed for over 700 days. Why I've had to go and search for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Search for them when the wolf takes them from the sheepfold, from their homes, and drags them into the lair of the wolf. It's called a Hamas tunnel. And you got the Islamic Jihad and Izzeldin al-Qassam and terrorists in Lebanon that I've had to go in and deal with. So I've been doing this for over 700 days. Sometimes if you're a good shepherd, you got to leave the 99 in the sheepfold and go to the lair of the wolf with your rod and staff and rescue the sheep. That's what I'm here for. That is the reason, because we're a people, we're a tribe, we're committed one to another. We believe that is what God means by be a good shepherd, is not just feed the sheep, take them to the green grass and the still water, but to rescue from the wolf, like King David did, like all the heroes of the Bible pretty much were shepherds. But so you have these 4 blasts, okay? Tkiyah, a long, steady blast. Say it with me, Tkiyah. Sounds like this. Awakening. Kingship, glory, victory, joyful noise before the king. Psalms 98. Doo-doo. I love it. Then you'll have, I don't have the shofar with me, the ram's horn. But think of the significance of the ram's horn right now. And it says it in the Bible to do this, to blow that shofar, that trumpet also. It's the Feast of Trumpets, Yom Teruah. Yeah. It says to do it. And what does it mean? Well, it means a lot. We also have the shvarim. It's 3 short blasts like this, like brokenness, repentance. Remember Joel chapter 2:15, sanctify a fast, blow that trumpet in Zion, call for an assembly, call for repentance, that brokenness. Then, of course, you have Teruah, Yom Teruah. There it is. That's the 3rd one, which is these like an alarm clock. It's like an alarm clock. 9 like staccato type blasts. And when you go into war, here I am in the war, over 700 days. And when you go to war against your enemy, Numbers 10, you will sound the alarm with the trumpets. It's actually 2 silver trumpets. You can check all this up. And the last one, Tkiyah Gdolah. It's getting dark, but you can still see me. I'm just outside. I don't have a studio to be in here. Tkiyah Gdolah is the long final blast. It's just really long and loud. You think of the ultimate redemption. You think of the coming Messiah, the redemption, the resurrection of the dead. Doesn't it say in the last trumpet, when the last trumpet sounds, and Zechariah 14, he'll be king over all the earth. Everyone in this world has to make their peace with Jerusalem. I'm telling you what, you're going to have to come to terms with Israel. And where do you stand as it relates to Israel? And we know that there's going to be a great gathering of all of the Jewish people, a great gathering of the righteous. The angels will be sent to gather his elect. Where? Right here to Israel. It's going to be a blessing. The voice of the archangel with the trump of God. So there's so much meaning here with this trumpet. But we're living in a time where people are just being deceived left and right. And it says, take heed that no one deceives you. We're living in this time of great deception. Lies spread so fast where the truth hasn't had time to get out of bed yet. And the lie has gone around the world 1,000 times. It's time to Tkiyah, wake up. The God of Israel is still on the throne. He's the King of Israel, okay? Wake up to that reality. Shvarim. Remember that sound? 3, broken. It's be broken before him. Lay down our agendas and step into his agenda. His plan to restore Israel, to gather the Jewish people home. It's called Aliyah. That's the ministry I told you I run, the Aliyah Return Center. Tu'ah. Be on guard, my friends. The enemy's at the gates. Be alert. The war is real. I'm literally in a physical war. The war. We're in World War III, but we're in the propaganda part. Before the missiles, before the guns, we're at the propaganda part. We're at a tipping point. We're at a turning point, to quote acquaintance. I wish I knew him better, Charlie Kirk. Okay? It's a turning point right now in the world, and everybody's got to know where they stand as it relates to Israel. Israel's not perfect. It's not a perfect place, but God's got great plans, okay? And then you have that last one, Tkiyah Gdolah. The world is about to change. These are ancient sounds. But you know what it is? You think of the prophecy in Ezekiel, where it talks about a valley of dry bones, and it says that suddenly something happens and they begin to rattle. It talks about wind going into these bones, and they stand up a mighty army. God's Spirit raises up, and it says that's the whole house of Israel. So that is my prayer right now, that the world, that America, that this world will recognize God's heart for Israel right now. I know that you have certain leaders, but we need, as a grassroots, as this new year begins, as well, it's a civil new year. It's not a biblical new year, it's a civil new year, but yet we're in a time where we need to shift. We need to come to this turning point. We need to change. We need to recognize that anti-Semitism is growing like it's never grown before. The spiritual battle is intensifying in the universities, in the politics, where it's not, the echoes of Charlie Kirk's voice are going around the world still, and they still will, okay? I can stand up to Israel, or I will stand up for Israel. I can enter my calling, or I will enter my calling, my destiny. I'm not going to be sitting on the sidelines. This is a season where God is asking his people, not can you, but will you enter into your destiny? It's a crossroads. It's a time like never before. It feels like we're before the pogroms, before the Holocaust. Pogroms were, remember, when the Jewish businesses were being destroyed. Glass was being shattered, spray painted with swastikas. It feels like we're there again. It does. I mean, if we look at history, we'll know that history repeats itself, right? Are we going to yield to try to just be trending or are we going to stand up for what's right no matter if everyone hates us? God says, Genesis 12:3, I will bless those who bless you. I will curse those who curse you. We know that it's time for a national repentance, my friends. It's time not to be intimidated, but it's time to arise as people of God before it's too late. We're going to surround Gaza City. We're going to make sure that Hamas won't continue to pose a threat to us here in Israel, to our children. We're going to bring back security with the help of God. And you know what? The Bible talks about these moments. There's also encouragement. Do not fear, Isaiah 41, verse 10. I am with you and I'm going to uphold you, Israel, with my righteous right hand. He's talking to Israel. Be strong and courageous. God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31. God is watching out for us. And even if 1,000 fall at our side and 10,000 at our right hand, it won't come near us.